Good morning, good evening, good night. Whenever you're watching this episode of Sharing Our Stories, I'm your host, Christ Addict AJ, Aaron Jones, as always. I appreciate you all coming back. In case you didn't know, we are in season 3 of this podcast, backed by popular demand, or at least semi-popular demand. And yeah, it's been fun. If you've been following us for the past 3-4 episodes, we've had some very special guests on with very special stories and experiences that hopefully you guys are taking notes on, because there have been nuggets dropped. If you're not taking notes, I just get the notepad out right now. Just get the notepad out, because this one's definitely going to be one you want to take notes on. But yeah, the topic for this season has been life rhythms, which I've gone to describe as the regular, repeated patterns by which we do life, kind of just the way that we operate in our daily lives, subconsciously. And this particular specific topic will be on the rhythm of repetition. I've heard it said somewhere that repetition is the mother of all learning. And basically what it means is that the more you do something, the easier it'll be, the better you will get at it just naturally, because you'll get used to doing it. You get used to being in a habit of doing it. And so I have a guest here who, because of her grind and because of her dreams, has gotten into a rhythm of repetition. The repetition of going on gigs every weekend, repetition of, practicing, singing, and just being outside. Okay, she just be outside. But yeah, I'm going to let her introduce herself, but she is a vocalist. She is a friend. She is a leader. She is a worshiper. All these things in one person, okay? Artist. Don't forget artist. She's definitely an artist. But please welcome to the podcast, Miss Letizia Collini. What is going on?
What is up? I'm so happy to be here.
Yes.
Thank you for having me again. Honestly.
Well, thanks for coming. Yeah. So I'll give a little intro here, but if you could introduce yourself in your own words, what would you tell the people here?
Yeah, of course. My name's Letizia. I grew up in a small town outside of Pittsburgh. It's called Vandergrift. Shout out. And I moved closer to the city about 2-ish years ago. And since then, I've built a lot of relationships that I've grown with my music, and I'm just thankful for that move there. And I'm also a speech therapist. Some things people don't know about me. So I get to do that too and help others in those ways as well. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. And try and think of another fun fact. I run marathons. Some people think that's cool. Some people think it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I definitely need to train before I do something like that. But kudos to you guys who be doing that Pittsburgh Marathon and all this other stuff. I'd be watching y'all like, great job, like go. I'm not there yet, but kudos to y'all, because it's definitely, you gotta train for that. It's not everybody can just go and do it. So.
Yeah, it has its good and bad parts, as everything does. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what she forgot to mention is that she is a up and coming world-renowned artist. Okay, she does have music out. Okay, I believe on all platforms. Music is out. There's an EP. Is it called Destiny? Is it one of the songs called Destiny?
It's actually, I just have 3 singles out.
Okay.
Destiny is one of them. Praise, which was my first one, and then my most recent was Sunset. Parentheses, thinking about you.
Yes, and that song in particular, even before I saw the attached graphics with it, I heard the song and immediately got a visual of what a video for that would look like, because of the way the instrumentation is going, the way her vocals are hitting. I'm like, this literally feels like sitting at a sunset somewhere and just watching the sun go. It felt like just easing in. I was like, it was an awesome song.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because one thing as an artist that I really like to do is I like to create a feeling in my songs, because thankfully I have such a wide variety of things I get to sing and gigs I get to do. So whenever I make my own music, I do like to create a certain feeling, and just to hear you say that feeling has kind of resonated with you is wonderful to hear as the artist.
Yeah, no, it definitely resonated. And so Last thing I'm gonna say is she also does sing with ACAC, Allegheny Center Alliance Church, and they did have an actual EP come out as well that she is featured on. I am wearing the shirt, by the way. There's merch you can get at
Yes.
ACAC. I don't know if it's on the website yet, but you can purchase it at Northside Campus. It's basically we bless your name.
Come to
It's
church,
shirt.
get a shirt.
Come to church. Just come to church. Like that's if you heard anything else
Yes.
on this podcast, come to church. Okay, get to the Lord's house. Anyway. So like I said, this is Letizia, and she definitely, to me, is living out this topic right now. And so I kind of want to approach this conversation from the space of, what's it look like to do something repeatedly and not get tired or bored or even fighting through the tiredness or boredom? Because I know that, with certain like natural habits that we do, some of it is subconscious, we just do it just to do it, but some things need to be kind of built in by way of continuing to do them even when it's hard, so that it can become second nature. So when it comes to the constant gigs, when it comes to writing, when it comes to just continuing to grind to put things out and be consistent, what does that look like for you, and how do you stay consistent?
Yeah. Wow. So I guess a little background real quick. I was never really too serious about being like a lead singer or being like on the stage.
Which, can I just say real quick, is crazy. Because if you heard her voice, it's definitely a lead voice. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry,
I appreciate that. But it was more so like when I was younger, I was super, super nervous to get in front of anybody and sing. And, everyone experiences that to a certain point. But so I was just like, you know what? It's the car and the shower singing for me. I'm good. But I don't know, something I always alluded to in college. Like the first week of college, there was a gospel choir singing on we had like this activities week on campus. And I heard these people singing and I was like, I want to be in that group. And I joined that group, and they were like, they just really helped bring my voice out. And then from there, long story short, I kind of started joining bands from there, and just growing, getting rid of that fear of being on stage in front of people, singing, forgetting words, who cares? Half the people don't know what you're singing anyway.
Exactly.
But as I just continue to grow, getting more gigs, joining more bands or doing more projects, one thing I've learned is definitely being consistent. Like, you have to practice. Like, you're not going to get better if you are not on your consistent practice schedule. And for me, that was a challenge, because I was always like, oh, music is just this fun thing I get to do. Like, I get to go up and sing my songs and be done. And then, as it got more serious, it's like, oh, no, I want to get better. And also, to go back to your question with, the boredom and stuff, that's also how you kind of can overcome that. You have to continuously challenge yourself. I joined a band, and I got comfortable being on stage. Okay, where am I going to go from here? Now I'm good doing this. Am I going to settle in this? Playing cover gig or cover tunes at, every restaurant and place around town, or am I going to, maybe see how much more I can grow my vocal range or my creativity to kind of level up and get to another spot here. And so I think continuously trying to find ways to challenge yourself will always keep you kind of consistent and wanting to better yourself, so you can get to that next place that is your goal. I'd say challenging yourself, and then also while challenging yourself, try not to get lost in the comparison of others, and especially in today. I am such a victim to this. Going on your phone. Everyone knows, you go on your phone, you see someone doing something cool, and you're like, oh, why?
I want to do that.
Yeah, I want to do that. Or why I'm working hard. Like, why am I not doing that? Or how did they get to do this? Or they sound so good, I'm never going to sound like that. And it's like, it's totally not about that. Like, you are such in your own lane and you have your own plan. And, you know, alluding back to, like, I mean, God has his own plan for you. So it's like, why are you, like, comparing yourself to someone else's journey? And it's just like, it's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to God. Like, and I'm still learning that. I'm sure, you know, I'm going to be learning that for the rest of my life probably.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like just knowing that constant reminder, like, okay, this is my journey. This is me and God's journey. Like, I don't have to be where someone else is. I have to be where God wants me to be in this moment. And, you know, that's just going to keep me getting better. I want to get better. I want to craft my art, you know, for God. Like, I want it to just keep growing because God has given me something so special, and like, who am I to just sit here and not make it better? Did I answer the question?
No, you definitely did. I was gonna let you go because this is exactly what we're here for.
Yeah. But...
like I said, if y'all don't have the notepads out by now, I would just pull it out. You know what we're here for by now. But no, like that, you said a lot that was really good in there. The main piece that I kind of latched to was, yes, practice. Because I don't say practice makes perfect, but I say practice perfects. Because I think a lot of us chase perfection, and that's where, you know, we can get kind of tripped up when we don't reach perfection and think, oh, it's not even worth trying because it's not perfect. When at the end of the day, you know, we're supposed to be, you know, made perfect. We're perfecting ourselves every day. You know, we're not going to reach that here because we're, you know, fallen beings. We like sinning on top of stuff, but we're supposed to chase perfection. We're chasing that, knowing we can't make it, but knowing that, you know, his grace is made perfect in our weakness, all that type of stuff. Anyway, the point I was trying to make was practice is good, but challenging yourself, that stood out to me because I think that a lot of people, myself included, are afraid to challenge themselves because in the challenging yourself, you're going to an unknown space what's not comfortable anymore. And I mean, if you look at Western culture today, it's all about chasing comfort. You know, we have so many life hacks and ways of making life easier that just the thought of doing anything that requires like pain or that requires like shifting what we usually do, like going outside of ourselves, is like scary. It's like, no, I'm averse to that because that's not good for me. When you mentioned challenging yourself is how you are able to stay consistent. And so I think that's a good kind of point to make, that challenging yourself is necessary.
Yeah.
If you do want to stay consistent. And yeah, I think it's just so good. So no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I want to touch base more a little bit on that practicing and like chasing perfection. I feel like a lot of artists let that hold them back, including myself. Like, even my first song, Praise, I wrote that song in like 2020, whatever, maybe 2019, and it was not even released until like a year ago.
Yeah.
Coming up. And it's just like, why did I hold on to that song so long? It's because I never felt like it was good enough to put out yet. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't want to do it yet. Like, I was just so afraid, like, it's not perfect. And like, it's still not probably perfect. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not the point of it. Like, everyone interprets a song or a poem, a picture, anything. And everyone interprets that stuff like their own way. And like, that's the beauty of it. And that's the art of it. And so I feel like chasing perfection is a very scary thing to think of, because it's like you're just holding yourself back, like, because you're not putting out the stuff that you have now where you are in that space, you know. And it's just crazy.
it's insane, you know. Like, as you were saying that, I kind of thought back to the whole there was a phrase I had in my mind. You said something that triggered it, and now it's like lost Oh my gosh, you just said it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I ramble.
Because you said something about what were you just saying about chasing perfection and we're not gonna reach it.
Like
Oh,
just being about like where you are in the moment and
yeah, it'll come back to me. It
yeah.
was good, and now okay. Holy Spirit, please bring it back to me. But anyway, um, yeah, I do think that's one of those things. Oh, it came back
Yeah.
because
Oh
God is
my
good.
praise God. Let's
You'd
go.
mentioned the art of it and how everyone interprets it a different way, and I'm just gonna say art is subjective. Art is subjective. So while we can have our own vision of what perfect looks like for this thing, what we put out that may seem less than that could be someone else's perfect song or someone else's perfect moment, and we just don't know because we're holding it back, and we're not them. You know, we don't know how they're going to receive it, and so yeah, for me, I do photography, and obviously there is some subjectivity to it because how you edit it, how you compose it, all those different types of things, and I can think, oh, this photo needs a lot of work. It's not as good as it could have been. I could have did this. I should have did this angle. I put it out, and I started a recent shoot with somebody who like loves flowers and loves painting, and I really wanted to make this shoot like something that she could be like, this is wonderful, but I'm like, I don't think I reached that. And you couldn't tell me that she didn't think these things were like excellent. She thought these photos were excellent. She loved them. And it goes to show that, again, you could be holding back someone's experience by just not pouring out what God has given you. And so I think that there's something in there about just not holding back the gift, not, chasing perfection so much that you miss out on just letting what God has given you bless somebody. So, yeah, I think that was just a really good point you made, and I had to get that out because I was like, that's a good point, and I didn't want to lose it. So, thank you, Holy Spirit, brought it back. But yeah, it's back to repetition and challenging yourself. I think for me, when I said like that phrase, that quote in the beginning about repetition being the mother of all learning, I think that, in my own life, I have seen that in spades, that there are things that I was not good at. Like, to me, I just didn't think I was good at. That just by doing them over and over again, I got better. Not to say that just because you do it all the time, it's going to be your particular skill or talent, that you're going to be the greatest at it. But it is to say that it just becomes easier. You start to understand it a little more. Even if you're not the best at doing it, you understand it a little better. And so, yeah, are there any things that you can think of either in the music business or just in general that you weren't necessarily the greatest at, but just by doing it over and over again, you've found a better understanding of it?
Yeah, I'll give a couple examples. So, I mean, I guess like a real life example, like I said, I am a runner. I wasn't born like the best runner, on the team or anything like that.
I'm sure you're saying Bolt,
No. But like, you stick to your regimen, you stick to the practice schedule, you build up your miles, you find people that also enjoy it, so it's not like a miserable experience. Like, you're having fun, you're creating relationships while you're still building that craft. And, eventually, it's hard to see it when you do it every day. Like, you go through a season and you're just like, okay, like, did anything happen to, like, am I getting better, or am I just going through the motions? And then, as far as running, you get a best time or something, or, you get your PR, and you're like, okay, yeah, it is paying off. On music side of things, for, like, repetition, the way I think of it is, like, if you're learning a new song, right? So before you can add your own flavor to that song, you have to know the in and outs of every single part of that song. Like, where chords is going, where is this going, like, what's the bridge sound like, what is the artist, what did they sing on it, like, do I know their note for note before I decide to change something and do it the way I want. So it's like that repetition of listening to it and then being like, okay, I got that down. I got how they phrase things, how their tone of things. Now, how do I bring Letizia into it? Like, where do I fit into this song? And yeah, so that kind of repetition helps you grow and really kind of just be able to know who you are as an artist versus how you can apply yourself to like the cover tunes and things like that musically. I did have something else I want to say, and I'm totally blanking on that.
Happens to the best of us.
I know.
It's coming back to you. Maybe can you talk while you get in?
Maybe keep going.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
Yeah. So, and I just gotta say, I gotta give her flowers while she's here. I brought her on for this because all over social media, it is apparent that, this girl knows how to do the thing and repeat the thing and make sure she is posting about the thing. And to me, that is also something that kind of made me think she's good to talk about this, because in her posting about all of her gigs and about all the things she's doing and like her covers and all of that, she's showing you the process of repeating. She's showing you, I got this gig, or, we got to this song release because of all the little things in between, all the little steps that I took to get here. It wasn't just a one-to-one. And I think that's so encouraging for people to see, because they might think, seeing some bigger artists, oh, they're just that talented, it was easy for them because they just, woke up one day and this is how they got it, and they just had it like that and just did it. But Letizia reminds us in showing us the journey that it literally is a journey, that, the journey of 1,000 miles comes with the first step. Like, it takes time to get to a certain place. And so don't feel like you can't also get to where you need to get to because you see someone else doing it and you think it's like it was easy for them. No, they also had to take steps to get there. They had to repeat some things over and over again until one day something clicked, something opened up. Like, that stuff is real and happens. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I just want to give you your flowers here that, like, what you were doing is seen, it's acknowledged, and it's not only appreciated but supported.
I appreciate that. Yeah. And I did remember one I want to touch on, and it kind of it bounces right off of that.
Oh, awesome.
Like, about all the things that you post and all that stuff, like, goes back into, is my practice, is my repetition of practice, is this paying off? Well, good old Facebook memories always reminds me what I sounded like 2-3 years ago. So it's always good, but it's a good reminder. Like, okay, you click one of those videos and it's like, oh my gosh, like, that's awesome. I don't sound like that anymore. And,
Amen.
If you do sound like that, or your stuff still looks the same, or, anything, maybe that's a reality check. Like, oh, I need to
practice more.
Yeah, I need to get back in the shed and, like, I got to really, get this going here. But yeah, either way, it's like those things are great reminders of our progress or maybe a change that we need to make. And yeah, on another note of posting, my advice there, like, whatever feels right to post, you should post it. Like, don't be like, oh, what if, like, I didn't, like, exactly look at the camera right, or, like, I didn't sing the right note here. Like, if it feels like something's on your heart that you want to post and put on the internet, like, do it, because that's what's right. Like, you can't keep thinking about what time of day am I going to post, or what do people want to see? What do my followers want to see? What's going to, pop off? It's like, I mean, yeah, like, that's good in its own way, because, I mean, to build a following, you sometimes have to do that stuff, but it's like, also, whatever feels right to you is exactly what is going to portray best online. So, yeah.
And if y'all heard that is my lovely reminder that we are at time, or as close to time. So we are going to wrap this up here. But we can literally talk for about an hour on this topic. I can see it, I can hear it, but I just got to get longer episodes going. We got to bring it back for part 2 at some point. But yeah, basically, practice, challenging yourself, and reminding yourself, of where you have come. All these things are going to, I think, help build that life rhythm of repetition. And it's all going to kind of, I believe, show the fruit of what you're trying to see if you stick at it and if you push through it. Mm-hmm. So this has been good.
And one more thing that Aaron actually has taught me, in uncomfortable situations, that is just one way that God is showing you to trust in him and rely on him. And that is a perfect opportunity to put your faith in Jesus, because you pray for that. You pray for patience. You pray for more faith. You pray for trusting in him. And he's giving you this uncomfy situation. And it's like, okay, like, here's your time. Like, here I am. Like, rely on me. Put your faith in me. So, yeah.
Wow.
But that was Aaron's advice. And I love it. And I remember that.
Sheesh. Well, on that note, we can end it. You can end it there. Okay. Well, till you see you next time, guys. Thank you, Letizia. Thank you guys for joining. Till next time, peace and deuces.
Thank you.
And we're out.